In a world that often demands so much conformity, finding and holding on to a sense of our true selves can be a real challenge. But stay tuned, because today we're going to talk about how to recapture your authentic self. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Daily Dose, where we dive deep into personal growth, and today, how to live authentically. I'm Dr. Lance Garrison. My background is in clinical psychology and behavioral medicine, and I'm looking forward to our conversation today, because today we're tackling a subject that I think is close to a lot of our hearts. It's a challenge for many of us in modern society, and that is, how do we stop losing ourself, our core identity, to these layers of conformity that life wraps us in over time? Now, I want to make sure I say this, that conformity is not inherently bad. It helps foster a sense of community. It helps society function. It creates a sense of belongingness, common ground, and connectedness that are important for society to function, frankly. But problems arise when we start to conform so much that we start to mask our true selves, and we lose sight of who we are in that process of conforming. Now, what happens when we get to a point of having conformed so much that we can no longer recognize the person staring back at us in the mirror? We pay a high price for that, right? We get a diminished sense of self-identity, reduced fulfillment in life. Our joy, our creativity, and even our personal relationships can begin to suffer. Frankly, we can start to feel lost, and we can lose kind of that core sense of identity, that core sense of meaning that makes life what it is for us. So how do we start to peel back those layers of conformity to reveal more authentically who we really are? Let's dive into some actionable things that I think can help you. First and foremost, it starts with recognizing your core values. What principles have you internalized over time? What values do you aspire to in life? Because the truth is that aligning your life, and more importantly, your day-to-day behaviors with these values, is the bedrock of authenticity. Next, I want you to give yourself permission to be you. I promise it's okay. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. It's okay to show the world your true colors, your strengths, and even your weaknesses. That's okay too, because that's part of who we all are. It's the totality of us. And yes, it's true that when we do this, not everyone's going to like it. Not everyone's going to accept it, but frankly, that's okay as well. And I think it's important, because we want the people in our lives to understand who we are and to accept us. Being authentically you may mean that you find out who your friends really are and need to let go of some of those relationships. And finally, if we're going to be authentically ourselves, we have to set boundaries. It's crucial to say no to situations that feel like they're forcing us to conform in ways that are not authentically aligned with ourselves. You don't have to conform. That's always a choice that you have the power to make, because to be authentically you, you're going to have to say no sometimes. So I've got a challenge for you today. What I want you to do is identify one way that you've been conforming at the expense of who you are, your true self, and make a decision to start to change that one thing this week, to embrace more of who you are authentically. Maybe it's speaking up about something you're passionate about, or choosing an activity that truly brings you joy despite what others think. Whatever it is, the reality is the only thing that matters is that it's authentically you and aligned with your values. Living authentically in a world that rewards conformity is not easy, but it's definitely worth it. So remember, your authentic self is you. It's your superpower. It's what makes you unique and special in the world around you. And I think that's something that's worth celebrating and sharing with everyone else. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you struggled with losing yourself to conformity? How do you strive to live authentically? Please take a moment and share in the comments below. And if you found value in today's video, would you give us a thumbs up, share it with someone who you think might need to hear this message? And don't forget to subscribe for more content like this on living a life that's true to you. Thanks for watching. Remember, be bold, be brave, be you. And I'll see you in the next video.